improving factors for home sales. Let's go to the middle part and look at some of the improving factors. Right now, housing market still remains difficult, but the factors for improving sales are developing. It's not translating into more home sales, but the factors for improving home sales are nonetheless developing. What are they? Job creation. It is no longer job cut. At least some jobs are being added. So at least that's not a negative anymore, and in fact it's a mildly positive. I wish it was much faster job creation, but nonetheless it is a job creation. Stock market, compared to 2008, much higher. It's very volatile, but people who held on through 2008, they have seen some recovery, so this is providing some financial wherewithal. The rising rent situation will begin to force renters into thinking about home ownership. I'm from Washington area, as I mentioned, and one can say Washington is artificial market, government stimulus, and everything is artificial in Washington. In fact, Washington may not be part of America, who knows? But I live in Washington, and I have a few young colleagues in my office. And when there was a home buyer tax credit, they did not buy a home. Because they said, well, I'm young, I'm not settled down, I want to wait until I get married or whatever, various reasons why they did not want to be a homeowner. Early this year, they bought a home. They missed out on home buyer tax credit. So of all the people who will be monitoring the incentive, tax incentive, it will be my staff. Yet they missed out on the home buyer tax credit and they're buying this year. So what the heck is wrong with them? And I asked them, and they said, well, I did not think about buying a home, but I got the rental renewal notice, and they're raising my rent by 10%, 15%, in some cases 20%. And quickly, they pull out a calculator, do the numbers, and it makes much more sense to buy a home than be a renter. So I think the rising rent will begin to play that dynamics. Now, Washington is, again, unique with that high rent increases, but the rest of the country is seeing 3-4% rent increases. So rather than rent decline, they're beginning to see some rent increases of 3 and 4%, and that will force people to pull out a calculator and run the numbers, and many people will find out that after they run the numbers, it may actually make more sense to buy a home. So rising rent is another improving factor for potential home buying.